Okay, I don't need this stuff right now. Gotta put that away. I was just using it. Put that away. And I'm pretty good to go. How you guys doing? Chris Ignato here, and you are watching Nature Now. So, finally got out to camping, and I'm at French Creek State Park. Set up my tent, set up my hammock, made a fire kit, you know, with a fire bow and all that stuff. Brewed some coffee, and chopped some wood, and you know, just a few various things. I'll finish setting up the rest of camp later on. Right now, I'm gonna go walk about and see what there is to find. So let's get started. Okay, so I just ran into some people that were coming from the direction I'm going. They didn't pass the watchtower. Turns out it's a bit of a ways. But they did pass a different lake down here, a lake I haven't seen yet. And they said it's about 10 minutes away, so that's like half a mile walk at the pace I'm going. So hopefully I'll check that out and see what there is to find around there. Stay tuned. So this cedar is a great source. Oh, check it out. Okay, 5. This cedar is a great source for tinder collecting. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this for my tinder bundle. See that? So this looks like the sort of place where you'd run into Arthur Morgan. He'd be so fun to hang out with, for the most part. You've got to check the chimney. You never know what's inside there. Could be treasure, could be bats, could be something with rabies. Oh well. Look at me. I'm soaked, I'm exhausted. I wanted to film the sunset at one of the lakes. I ran into 2 people and they said just head straight down this path. There won't be any turns or anything. It'll be a 10-minute walk. That was 2 hours ago. I come across a T-junction in like 6 minutes. I turned where I thought the lake would be, kept going, dead end at a campground, nothing. So I went back the other way. There was another T-junction. Same thing there. I went both ways, nothing. Hit a third one. I'm on my way back to camp now. I'm soaked. I'm exhausted. It's actually a lot darker than it looks. I had to bring the exposure way up. And the sun has already gone below the tree line. So no sunset for this video. We're going to have night footage in about 3, 2, 1, now. You ever read The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King? It's a short book. It comes in an awesome pop-up book version too, by the way. I had 2 copies, but lost both of them with the house. Yeah. So there's that. Check this fellow out. He really looks like a twig. I mean, he's even got little joints and imperfections in him, the same way branches and twigs do. He is Groot. These roots totally look like a dragonfly. You've got the wings, the thorax, and a long abdomen. This caterpillar has unfortunately fallen victim to some sort of parasitoid wasp. As you can see, there are dozens of little wasp cocoons on the outside of the caterpillar's body. The larvae of many of the parasitic wasp species will feed on the inside of the caterpillar. They usually just feed on fluids, avoiding the organs in order to keep the host from dying. Parasitic wasp larvae have incomplete digestive systems, so that their waste doesn't contaminate their host and kill it prematurely. Now let me try to show you how I found this spider. I know a spider's eyes when I see them, even at quite a distance. And that's because they reflect in a somewhat of a unique color tone. Check it out. Let's see if this works. Now, if you want that method to work for finding spiders, moths, pretty much all sorts of mammals, whippoorwills, owls, and various other things, including certain snakes, you have to put your source of light pretty close to where your eyes are so that the light bounces right back towards the source, being the light. If it's next to your eyes, you will also see the reflection. In this case, I had to put the light just above the camera lens, literally setting on top of the lens for it to be able to show up. Here's another type of slime mold. I think maybe it's a red raspberry slime. I'm not entirely sure. I guess this is a plasmodium stage going into the sporangium stage, but I'm no expert. The last time I camped here, I actually found the sporangium stage of a yellow slime mold. I know I keep talking about slime molds in my videos, but these things are so exciting to me. Huh, is this a male or another species? He kind of seems like he's pursuing her. And she seems to be avoiding him. Huh. Now this type of katydid always makes me think of running your thumbnail along the teeth of a comb. Doesn't it sound like it? Okay, so, it's definitely after midnight. I am extremely sore. I better head back to camp because I want to take a shower. I'm gonna make a cup of broth, drink that, lay in my hammock, pray that I fall asleep. But, those spiders, that was pretty awesome, seeing that dark wolf spider, female, but she's scurrying across the landscape, and shortly behind her is that pale spider, which maybe was a male or something, I have no idea. When he got close, she would, scuttle away. So I'm not sure what that was about. Then I saw a little salamander coming along, and just some cool stuff, but I've got a walk ahead of me. I am extremely off balance because I'm exhausted. Ever since this surgery, I haven't been able to maintain my balance properly, and I get extremely fatigued, and it hurts. That's enough talking for now. I'm heading back to camp. Obviously, these two northern walking sticks are mating. They're making twigs. You may notice the male is much smaller than the female. There's an advantage to the female being larger. It allows her to manufacture more eggs, or larger eggs, within her body. Therefore, she can reproduce more abundantly. When it comes to arthropods, male reproductive organs are more complex and larger in comparison to the rest of the body than those of the female. And as a side note, that ratio is much larger in arthropods than in mammals. So, much of their nutritional intake is dedicated to developing reproductive organs instead of overall body mass. I wish to add a personal theory I have, and that is that when males reach maturity, they tend to focus more energy on finding mates and spreading their genes than they do on finding and consuming food. I imagine a smaller body would be an advantage because it must require less fuel to operate, whereas females often eat right up to the moment of fertilization. Heck, the males of all sorts of creatures will even bring an offering of food on the date in order to entice the female to be more, well, romantic. Anyhow, this is pretty exciting. I mean, I can't get any sleep. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I find this pleasant surprise. Not 20 feet from my tent, nonetheless. The squirrel's coming right up to me. But anyways, this marks the end of my Camping French Creek Part 1 video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, but let me tell you, there's a lot more. Click the link here to see my Camping French Creek Part 2 video, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps me to make more videos. Until the next video, I'll see you soon.